everyone, and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be showing you how to do a two-strand Dutch infinity braid. So you're going to start off with taking a small section on the top, about yay big, and you're going to divide that section into two. And then we're going to start this off just like a regular two-strand infinity braid. We're going to take a small piece from the left section from underneath, and we're going to cross it over and under the right section. So essentially we're just wrapping it around. And then we'll take it between the two sections and then wrap it over and under the left section. So now that we've wrapped each section once, as you can see here, we're going to add to that middle strand. We're going to take a little bit from the left and make sure you're taking a small section. If you take too large a sections, there will be space between the braid. So we're going to take that and we're going to add that to that piece underneath, and then we are going to wrap it over and under the right section, cross it underneath to add it to that section that we're wrapping, and then that section is going to go over and under again. If you don't know how to do a basic two-strand infinity braid, I have a video on that as well, because we're going to use the same concept, only instead we are going to keep adding hair. And just make sure when you add the hair, it goes underneath the first section to add it to that piece that we're wrapping around, and then take that and wrap it over and under the opposite section. So then it kind of becomes the middle, and we're going to take another small section, add it to that piece, make sure it's held tight, and then over and under. And as I mentioned with the regular two-strand infinity braid, you can essentially do this with as many strands as you want. It's just a matter of being able to hold the strands. So if you're doing this on a friend and they actually have a set of hands, unlike my mannequin here, you could do this with 3 or 4 strands and just have your friend hold the extra pieces as you work through. And as you see, as I'm grabbing new sections to add to the piece we're wrapping, I'm not concerned about making it a perfect little part. I'm more concerned about making sure it's small. If they're all small enough and if it's pulled tight enough, there shouldn't be any parts, so you shouldn't need to worry about making the parts perfect when you grab a new section. As you can see though, it is quite tricky to hold on to this style of braid because you got that one continuous piece that's wrapping that just wants to keep unraveling. So please be patient with yourself. It can be definitely tricky to get this braid the first few times. And if you have really long one length hair, that middle piece that you're wrapping is going to continuously get thicker, which will change the shape of the braid a little bit. So this particular style of braid I think works really well on layered hair, because that layered hair is naturally going to run out as you're braiding, and as you're adding more hair, as you see these pieces are getting shorter, but I still got the longer ones that I'm just adding. So it's going to keep the size of the braid relatively even as we go out braiding. That's why it works a little bit better on layered hair. But you can do it on one length hair as well. Like I said, it's just going to change the shape of the braid a little bit. And of course, this mannequin head is a little extra layered, and it's got some shorter pieces that are going to stick out. That's normal. It all depends on just how many short pieces you have on the interior of the haircut. But that is having a few pieces fly out. That's kind of the reality of braiding. You can always use a little bit of product to help keep it under control, but of course no product is 100% guaranteed, and depending on your climate, sometimes that humidity plays a role. So try not to get too caught up in those social media posts where the hair looks perfect. Those have been edited, they've been filtered, they're AI. There are a million other things that aren't real. Try to focus on reality. So if you get a couple frizzes in your braid, don't worry about it too much. People in the real world will still think it looks good, so focus on that. And we're going to keep braiding this all the way down, and when I get to the bottom I'll show you a couple different options. Now, once you get closer to the bottom, you can switch back to a regular 2-strand finning braid if these pieces are long enough, or you can just tie it off and leave the little ponytail hanging. Or if you want to create a nice little updo, what you can do is you can take this remaining hair and you can twist it or even braid it if you want to, and put it right down the center of that Dutch braid. Now this is going to be tricky to hold. You got to make sure you're holding it tight. And then we are going to take a regular size bobby pin, and in the top we are going to keep twisting this, kind of tuck it in on itself. My clamp's coming loose. And then we are going to tuck that into the top there. We are going to stick a couple extra large bobby pins in the base to kind of help hold that braid. And here we have the finished updo. I hope y'all enjoyed this video and found it helpful. Please hit like and subscribe for more upcoming videos, and have a fabulous day.